African heads of states, high-level delegates and policymakers are in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, for the Africa Climate Summit Week, where they are expected to discuss ways to combat the effects of climate change that are causing humanitarian crises across the continent. Key on the agenda will be ways to support climate finance solutions, as well as strategies to support green growth. We find out from some of the delegates present on what's at stake for the Climate Summit Week.
We would love to see a common position. We're calling it the Nairobi Declaration, right? So the Nairobi Declaration for us needs to have an accountability framework where we have all stakeholders, not just governments, but also civil society organizations sitting at the table. We don't want to be on the menu. We don't want people to speak for us. We want to represent the communities, the people who are actually impacted by climate change. We want them to be at the table. And in that declaration, we want to see a clear work plan, which will be actually implemented by people.
The biggest challenge in Africa is the financing element. We need to find an avenue for it, and hopefully we have some solution to work toward these financing.
Well, I think for me what's really important is that financing comes down to the communities where the impacts are felt the most. So I hope that the conversations we are having here and for Kenya to host is to really focus on the impacts that people are feeling. And I think it's fantastic that this is being hosted in Kenya to really put Kenya and the African continent on the map, because a lot of the impacts are felt here.
The outcome of the conference will shape a statement for the African heads of states at the COP28 conference in Dubai.